partnership with the ArtNow Teen Council, we craft a theme and invite emerging artists from across Santa Clara County to create an original artwork in response to that theme. This year, we prompted students to reflect on the complex journey of being in transition. Consider the significance of this chapter of your youth, a stage of metamorphosis from childhood into adulthood. Explore the subtle but powerful shifts in your personal development with contemporary societal culture and the stories of your ancestors. Transition is temporal, emotional, constructive, empowering, and a fundamental part of life. And you guys showed up. We received 810 unique artwork submissions, and of that, only 83 emerging artists were selected for this year's program. It's incredible not only to make a unique work of art, write an artist statement, get everything in time to submit it by the deadline, but to make it into this exhibition, all while juggling school, friends, and family. Wow, congratulations again. And this is a special year for us too, because ArtNow received the Superintendent's Award for Excellence in Museum Education by the California Association of Museums. Woo woo! We have a special lineup this evening of art performances, remarks by local political figures and established artists, and of course we'll announce the award recipients. And all of this is to celebrate the incredible talent that is on view this year in this exhibition. But before we jump into all of that, I would like to express my deepest gratitude on behalf of all of us at NUMU. ArtNow has been successful due to our community, to the teachers who've incorporated into their classroom curriculum, to the parents and family members who provide support and encouragement, the emerging artists who've shared their talent with us, the NUMU team who works year-round to produce this program, the NUMU Board of Directors, our community partners like Mosaic America, who did all the programming today. Woo! And to our supporters who made a tremendous investment in the future generations of emerging artists. With that, I would like to take the time to thank our sponsors, the National Endowment for the Arts, Badger Meter Inc., Summit League, Los Gatos Morning Rotary, who also volunteers every year for this program, the Town of Los Gatos, Farrington Historical Foundation, the Valley Foundation, the Borgenicht Foundation, the Linda Smythe Young Artist Fund, the Flick Family, Saratoga Rotary, Florence and Al Chung, Deb and Ba Shaw, the Waite Foundation, Elaine Cardinale, Heritage Bank of Commerce, Deborah and Marty Johnson, Elizabeth Yee and Scott Lefevre, Assembly Member Gail Pellerin, and County of Santa Clara Supervisor Joe Simidian. Truly thank you for your support. But I'd like to give a special thank you to Michael and Elise Parsons, who have believed in this program and have been with it since the beginning, and have created a lasting legacy for the museum through the establishment of an art endowment. Truly thank you. And with that, we're going to start the program with a poem inspired from the works on view in this year's exhibition. Please welcome Los Gatos Poet Laureate, William Ward Butler.
Hi, everyone. My name is William Ward Butler. I'm the Poet Laureate of Los Gatos, and I was really honored to be asked to write a poem for this exhibition. And I wrote this poem after seeing all the art on display. And I just wanted to say real quick, sincerely, this is not just good art for the age category. This is just good art. I think if you are an artist in this exhibition, I think you should feel proud that you're making work that is already accomplished and interesting and meaningful. And maybe give yourselves a round of applause if you are in this exhibition. The poem I wrote for the exhibition is called Transference, and I was really glad to see it on display. It's a contrapuntal, so it's written in two sections that can be read as their own separate poems, and then it can be read across as a third poem. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to read all three sections, and you'll know I'm done when I say thank you, and I'll walk away, and then that'll be it. This poem is called Transference. Less the motion of light across the water, more the water, the journey it undertook to be here. Less the here, more the being. Humanity, a strange condition, malady of normality. Less the living, more what one does with a life. Less of a life, more of what passes through it. Less the passing, more what is held together across the horizon. Less the holding, more of what is given and what is passed on to what is next. Then a shadow, the shadow cradling what is unbearable, what one takes to be held, a cost without quantification. The form we drift through is a most tenuous stage, life, since time isn't the goal, it's the absence we notice the most, is wanted and cannot be found, what is found and not noticed, then given up as if it were never there, loosely. A fistful of feathers will return even as the wind scatters them into the next momentary embrace, since the holding on is what hurts, and in giving, the letting go returns us to what is next. Less the motion of light then, a shadow across the water, more the shadow cradling what is the water, the journey unbearable, what one takes to be held, it undertook to be here, a cost without quantification, less the here, more the being, the form we drift through is humanity, a strange condition, a most tenuous stage, life, malady of normality, less the living, since time isn't the goal, it's more what one does with a life, the absence we notice the most, less of a life, more of what is wanted and cannot be found, what passes through it, less is found and not noticed, then the passing, more given up as if it were never there, what is held loosely, a fistful of feathers, together will return even as the wind scatters them across the horizon into the next momentary embrace, less the holding, since the holding on is what hurts, more of what is given, and in giving, the letting go, and what is passed on returns us to what is next, to what is next. Thank you.
Thank you for that beautiful poem. It's somewhat of a tradition. For the past 3 years, we invited our local poet laureate to create a poem, and I absolutely love it. Now I'd like to welcome our Los Gatos mayor, Mary Badami, who's going to welcome us to this beautiful community. I hope you're all enjoying it.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Los Gatos. We're thrilled to have you here. I just wish I had some sunglasses because it's a really bright day. As Kimberly mentioned, NUMU's annual Santa Clara County High School juried exhibition program is in its 13th year. And we actually had 810 submissions from Palo Alto to Gilroy. That's incredible. This year's theme was In Transition, with thought-provoking exhibits demonstrating unique perspective and artistic interpretation far beyond the years of the students. I personally was deeply touched by their heartfelt expressions of art and awed by their talent. The arts add incredible value to our community. and Los Gatos is proud to sponsor the program with such a wonderful museum. We invite you to stay and explore our restaurants, our retail stores, our historic downtown. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the program and everything that Los Gatos has to offer. Thank you for being here today.
And now we'll have our land acknowledgement. We did have the Muwekma Ohlone tribal youth on the schedule for today, but unfortunately they're sick. So we're gonna have our registrar and history programs manager, Alexandra Thompson, read our land acknowledgement that we wrote with them.
Hello, everyone. I'm not the Muwekma Ohlone tribe, but we offer this acknowledgement in their honor. As a member of the Los Gatos community, I acknowledge that I am a guest on the ancestral and traditional land of the first peoples of this region, the present-day Muwekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area, historically federally recognized as the Verona Band of Alameda County. I support the restoration and sovereignty of this Chochenyo, Tamien, Ramaytush, Azwazwa speaking BIA-documented Ohlone tribe, as well as all indigenous peoples. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. And now I'd like to welcome County of Santa Clara Supervisor Joe Simidian to the stage. This program is unique because it serves the entire county of Santa Clara, and man, our county is big. And because of that, Supervisor Simidian's going to say a few words.
Good afternoon. Week. Let's try that again. Good afternoon. Thank you. Could I see a show of hands from all the student artists, please? If you are a student art, higher, so we can all see you and applaud you. Thank you. And the reason I asked for that is I am County Supervisor Joe Simidian, and I wanted to see all of the student artists raise their hands because I have a story, and it is just for you. And it will seem like it has nothing to do with you and your world until and unless I can tie it all together. So we'll see how I do. Years ago, when I was 30 years old, I ran for the school board in Palo Alto. And there were lots of folks who discouraged me from taking that step. They reminded me that I was not a parent in the district. I was unmarried, had no kids in the schools. And they said, why do you want to be on the school board? It doesn't pay, takes 20 hours a week, and everybody is mad at you all the time. But I persisted because I thought public education was important, and I thought the future of the kids in my school district was important, and because it was the school district that had done so much for me. And I thought I had something to contribute in the way of public service. So I kept running. And literally, the day before the election, I knocked on the door with my materials in my hand, just like you all present your work. I had my materials in my hand, and the woman came to the door, and I said, hi, ma'am, I'm Joe Simidian. I'm running for school board, and I certainly hope you'll support me. And I'm standing there in the light drizzle with my umbrella up, feeling very determined. And I said, I certainly hope you'll support me. And the woman did not open the door. She looked at me through the screen. She looked me up. She looked me down. She looked me right in the eye. And she said, well, I sure as hell wouldn't vote for anybody who's too stupid to get in out of the rain. And I persisted. And I went next door. And as I walked up the driveway, there was a bumper sticker on the car that said, don't vote, it only encourages them. And I decided at that point maybe it was time for me to go home, put my feet up, and hope things turned out well the very next day on Election Day. And in my case, they did. But I was walking and talking and knocking right up until the very last minute, even with the umbrella up, even in the rain, even when people said, this isn't really for you. Now, show of hands again from all the student artists, please. What's this got to do with you? Here's what it's got to do with you. I feel pretty sure that a lot of people have already told you, you need to be practical. You need to put your passion aside. You need to follow some other path. You need to find some other dream. You need to do something that makes sense. That's what they told me. And I didn't listen. And because I didn't listen, I had the opportunity to contribute not only as a school board member, but then as a local council member and mayor, and as a county supervisor, and as a state assembly member, and as a state senator, because I didn't listen, because I followed my passion, because I pursued my dream, because I thought I had something to contribute, just like all of you think you have something to contribute, and I think you do. And so, no disrespect to the friends and family and parents who are here, but I hope you won't listen to them too much when they tell you, put that dream aside. Take the sensible path. Because this is the 13th year, but we'll be back, and I'll be able to say hi to many of you who went on to successful careers in the arts, or perhaps using your artistic talent in the business community, or perhaps are simply appreciators of great art when you see it, or perhaps are simply living fuller and richer lives because you followed your passion. So, whenever anybody tells you, don't follow your passion, I hope you will remember that woman who looked me up and looked me down and told me she sure as hell wouldn't support anybody too stupid to get in out of the rain, because what I think I should have said to her is, what I'm trying to do is so important, just like what you're trying to do is so important, that a little bit of rain can't dampen my enthusiasms. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for doing it. Thank you for bringing it here. And thank you for making me proud of Santa Clara County. Be well.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Each year, the museum selects or invites a panel of 4 or 5 judges that select the award recipients. So today, we're going to be joined by 2 of the 5 judges, Kathy Aoki and Mitra Fabian, who are both professional artists and college professors. So if you 2 want to come up here and talk a little bit about your experience and how difficult it was.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? I'm Mitra Fabian. I am a sculptor and installation artist. I teach sculpture and ceramics just down the road at West Valley College. And I want to, first of all, just thank everyone at the museum who did a lot of the heavy lifting for this event. And then Kathy and a few others and I just get to walk in on a particular evening and have a really robust conversation about the amazing art that you all made. And I will say that, you know, I think this is my 4th year having been a judge, and I really do look forward to it each and every year. It's an excuse to hang out with my dear friend Kathy, but also to really see what is on the horizon in terms of local young talent. And I just want to thank all of you for giving us great things to argue about because the choices are not easy. And I want to thank you for the rigorous work that you have put into the process. And truly, you're all a very impressive bunch.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Aoki, and I teach at Santa Clara University. And we are college professors, and I think Mitra has remarked this before. The art is so good at this competition. We would be happy to have any of you as our students at our institutions. It's really like top-notch work. So excellent job. And I want to tell you a little bit about how we make our decisions. So we were given digital files to review to look at the works that were admitted, that were going to be exhibited in the museum. And that was just a preview. But the real judging happens when we meet in person at the museum, and we have to allot like several hours and we usually go over because it's such a lively discussion. And so the other three judges included Bernard Trainer, who is a sculptor and landscape, I guess, installation architect person. Total, so we covered all the bases here. Mitra is a sculptor. I started in printmaking, but I also do digital and sculpture and performance and other things as needed. James Morgan helped us with the judging, and he works at San Jose State. He's a digital media expert. And then Chris McCaw is a photographer. So we had all these areas covered, and we met in person. And we all came with a very open mind. And so you might think, well, I looked at the digital file, and these are what I'm saying. And then you get here in person, and then the conversations are extremely rich. And I'm ready to have my mind changed by other professionals whose field this is. So it's really a wonderful opportunity to celebrate your work with this really robust dialogue. So thank you so much for your submissions, and it's really an honor to be a judge here. I think I've done it maybe 5 or 6 times. Even before the pandemic, I was judging, and it's really a pleasure every time. So congratulations to you and to your teachers and to your family for making this happen. Thank you.
And now we're going to have a wonderful performance by Calibri, who will be joining us on stage. And again, all of our performances were curated by Mosaic America, who is our program partner.
Thank you, Young Diamonds and Miguel, students from ACE, Alpha, and Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, wow. That was awesome. Thank you so much. So now we're getting into the latter half of the program where we're going to get into the awards. I'm going to ask our education curator, Constance Button, to come on stage with our curator, Allison Rilo. So please come up and tell us more about the judging process, and let's get into these awards.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Before I get started, I would like to have another round of applause for that incredible performance. Okay. Oh, that's better. So hello, I am Constance. As Kim said, I'm the education curator, which essentially that means that I am the primary person responsible for overseeing that ArtNow does its thing and gets off the ground and all the boxes are checked. And what that also means is that I get to see all the submissions. I get to look at all the pieces that were submitted. And I know it's been said several times throughout this program, but truly, like, such an incredible quality and variety of art. I was really impressed. I love art, and I was just stunned to see that this was the work of high schoolers. Like, truly, you are performing at a professional level already. So just really be proud of the caliber of work that you're all making. And so part of my job is to work with my other colleagues in the selection committee, which Allison is also a part of, to review all of these pieces and have the very tricky decision of deciding, of that 800, what is the final top portion that we're going to exhibit in the museum. So when we look at these submissions, we make our decisions based on certain selection criteria. So what we like to keep in mind when we're making these decisions is how relevant is the work to the theme, how well do students communicate their ideas in the application to the program, and how interesting and confident is their use of materials in their artworks, and their skill at what they do, the medium that they've chosen to work with, and the artistic merit of that medium as they use it, and the clarity and thoughtfulness of their artist statement. So what you have to say about your art and the art itself are both very important in making the decision for the pieces that are chosen as final selections to be on display in the museum. And I will hand it off to Allison to talk a little bit more.
Hello, everyone. I'm Allison Rilo. I'm the curator for NUMU Los Gatos. And as we select our judges to find our award recipients, we look for artists that have exhibited at NUMU previously, which is a joy for us to have members of our own community be participating in this project. Many of our artists are, as you've already heard, instructors at the university level. And it's something to think about for all of you young artists today, that you could come back in the future and be a judge for future ArtNow years. So keep that in mind as you practice your art. We'd love to have you back. And before we start with the actual awards, it is my pleasure to introduce to you California State Assembly member representing Los Gatos, Gail Pellerin.
Good afternoon, artists and art lovers. What a glorious day, isn't it? It's my great honor to be here today to celebrate the talent and the incredible artistic expression of our Santa Clara County students. I gotta tell you, I was here last year and saw this art exhibit, and I was just blown away at the quality of art that's in that museum. And today I got to stroll through it as well. And you know, art is really an avenue for us to not only be creative, but to really get in touch with our emotions and figure out our desires and our life path. And it's just captured in so many of those pieces of art that I saw here today. I have a friend who's an artist, and she makes me do art. And for her birthday this year, we went and did a paint and sip. And for 4 hours, I found myself just immersed in painting and just my mind clearing of all the stresses and worries of the world and just enjoying being present in the moment, painting a portrait of my dog, Darwin. And we're all artists. It's all of that is inside of us. But some of you are just way better than the rest of us. And I think the theme of In Transition is not only appropriate for you as young people in this world, but we're all going through transitions at every age of our life. And so embrace that transition, embrace that change. I always tell my kids, the only thing permanent in life is change, so get used to it. And I'm particularly proud to have NUMU in my assembly district because of their continued commitment to amplifying the artistic expression of our youth. I also want to recognize the wonderful supporters who have helped propel these young artists to success, and to all the parents and families, teachers and mentors. You should be so proud of the extraordinary leaders and artists that are here today with us. I'm also grateful to NUMU for making all of this possible, to Kimberly Snyder, the entire staff, to Jan Swartz, the NUMU board president, and to all the generous donors. You are doing something genuinely special here, and I'm just so proud and honored to be a part of it today. So thank you for the opportunity to be here to celebrate the brilliant artists, and I look forward to passing out some awards. Thank you.
Okay, so now is the moment that you have all been waiting for. Before I get started with reading off our first category, I just want to announce to all the students to please wait up on the stage for all the other winners in your category, because we'll be taking pictures. So stay up for the duration of your category, and then once we switch, you can go back to your seat. Oh, yeah. And also, we have a lot of cords up here, and we got one that's sort of precariously situated here. So when you come up to receive your award, don't come this way, come over this way. So thank you for bearing with us. And without further ado, we're going to get started with our first category for the day, which is digital art. Digital art is always really interesting because it's a very cutting edge category. So the discussions around these pieces in this medium are always very interesting, and excited to honor this medium and these excellent artists. Our first award of the day is the Judges Recognition Award for Digital Art, and this award is offered to Inez Hoffer. Inez, if you're here, please join us on stage. Okay, so now we have the second place award for the digital art category, and that award is offered to Victoria Winch. If you're here, Victoria, join us on stage. Okay, and the first place award for digital art is offered to Yukuyo Guo. Please join us.
He's not here.
Oh, okay. Well, Yukuyo's not here, but congrats. Okay, and our next category is drawing. I'll pass it off to Allison. Oh, did we get the picture already? Yes, okay.
For our drawing category, our Judges Recognition Award recipient is Harry Cheatham. We know that not all of the artists are here, but we're going to give a minute for everyone to come up if they are. Yay. And our second place drawing award is for Amane Mori. And our first place
drawing recipient is Tatum Ikemoto. Congratulations to all of you.
The next category that we are honoring is the mixed media category. The Judges Recognition Award for Mixed Media goes to Isabel Wang. Okay, it appears Isabel's not here. So, the second place award for mixed media goes to Katie Wu. And then the first place award for mixed media is offered to Esha Shah. If you're here, Esha, please join us. Okay, I guess that's everyone who's here for mixed media.
Our next category is painting, which is generously sponsored by the Linda Smythe Young Artists Fund. Judges' recognition in painting is awarded to Maddie Sang. Second place in painting is awarded to Julia Mao. And our first place award in painting is given to Joyce Wren.
The next category that we are passing out awards for is photography. So, the Judges Recognition Award for photography goes to Jeffrey Moo. The second place photography award goes to Charlie Dye. Charlie, please join us. And the first place award for photography goes to Peter Schricker.
In our printmaking category, we have 2 awards. In second place, we are awarding Linda Wang. And our first place award will go to Mia Ariola.
Sculpture is the next category for awards, and our Judges Recognition Award for sculpture goes to Shreya Yarlagudu. Please join us. The second place award for sculpture goes to Esther Sue. And the first place award for sculpture is awarded to Natya Chandrasekhar.
This is our final art category. There's still 2 more awards after. In video animation, judges' recognition is awarded to Sydney Chandler. Second place for video animation is Kian Igami. And first place in video animation is Nicole Park. Congratulations to our award winners. At this time, I'd like to invite our teen council to come and announce our People's Choice Award.
Hi, I'm Annie.
I'm Anuhya, and we are the Teen Council, and we basically work with the ArtNow team we helped co-create the 2024 ArtNow theme, and we also helped host tours.
Like Allison said, we're here to announce the People's Choice Awards. So every day the gallery was opened, we invited you all to vote on your favorite artwork, meaning this award is a community pick that all of you chose. So we're proud to announce that our 2024 ArtNow People's Choice Award goes to
Cece Montgomery.
I'm back. Okay, I hope everyone is staying cool out there. We just have one more award. So since 2012, the program has offered a $5,000 educational scholarship. This is due to the generous support of Mike and Elise Parsons. These award These award recipients have gone on to pursue degrees at the Rhode Island School of Design, Cal Poly, UC Berkeley, and UCLA. And one of the traditions we started doing over the past few years is that we asked the previous year Best in Show to say a few remarks to all of you. So please welcome Ellie Lynn, who will be giving a brief video for a special message for all of you before we announce the Best in Show.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I was last year's ArtNow Best in Show winner, and I wanted to come back to say hi and congratulations to all of this year's artists and your amazing work. Huge congrats to this year's award recipients, and thank you so much to NUMU and to all of you for continuing to inspire as much as you inspired me. I remember stepping foot into NUMU last year and just losing my mind in awe when I met other high school artists in real life and saw their work right there in person. The power of ArtNow is really unmatched in that it unites young artists in our STEM-centric area and is often our first time exhibiting in a gallery. As someone who's cooking art in the back burner of like 5 other subjects in high school, ArtNow has really affirmed those efforts and allowed me to see art as a real viable career path. So to all of those thinking about your future after high school, just know that your creativity and grit as an artist are some of your best strengths in whatever you pursue. My biggest takeaway from ArtNow is that art has a real impact on our community, and our work is both visible and important. Last year, my piece in NUMU was about my reclusive nature as an artist, and I would never have expected my scary face on a painting to have spoken to others in the way that it did. Though, simply exhibiting in ArtNow broadened my perspective on what young artists experience and what our work can say, especially as a collective. So my biggest advice is to never back down, never give up, and never stop sharing our ideas with the world. As long as you continue to explore art, you will find great opportunities to grow and impact others. Right now, I'm really happy to be studying art at Rhode Island School of Design, where day in and day out I am consumed by inspiration from my classmates and my mentors. In fact, it was last year's winner, Gina Vey, who inspired me to paint on a huge canvas. So shout out to Gina and to this year's Best in Show winner for your insane creativity and ambition. I've also been able to try a lot of new things, so I encourage all artists to experiment with more trash, more found objects, and more never-before-seen things. I would also not be able to study art without other artists in my life, and I truly owe it to all my art teachers and my fellow artists for helping us follow our passions. I'm sure we all know that art does not come without a cost, so please remember to recharge your artistic abilities, and you will become truly unstoppable.
I think these videos are just awesome. So if we're going to announce the $5,000 educational scholarship. So I'm going to invite Mike Parsons up on stage to say a few words and then announce the special award recipient.
Every year about this time, I start thinking about this high school show and remembering the exhibits of the past, some of the winners of the past. I go back through my catalogs. I treasure my catalogs. I go back to them and look at some of the winners from as far back as 2006. And that work has amazed me and grafted me with the quality of gifted me with the quality of the work. This year is no different. The students were juried in the show, demonstrated a high level of skill, not only artistic abilities, but imagination, creativity, and talent. My wife and I decided from the beginning that if we could do anything to encourage these students to do their very best work, we should do that. Our decision to offer the $5,000 scholarship for Best in Show was for that reason. So the Best in Show scholarship this year goes to, I preface that, a student from Los Altos High School. And her teacher, no surprise, Christine Ahn. Last year I counted up the number of awards that Christine Ahn students have won over the years. It was over 80. So she is a prolific teacher and producing some amazing students. So the winner for this year is a student named Olivia Moon.
Congratulations again. So I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude to the NUMU staff and the NUMU board of directors. I know I've been with the organization, like I said, for over a decade, and it's really a labor of love, and it's so wonderful to be surrounded by a group of people who really believe in this program. We're all so proud of it, and we all see the value and are so impressed by the quality of work every year. And I just want to really thank the NUMU staff and board for supporting this program over the years. With that, I'm going to invite our board president to come on stage and give us some closing remarks. And then, what? Oh, vice president, my bad. Julie McAuliffe. And then after that, we're going to ask all the award recipients to come on stage and do a group photo. So please don't leave.
And I'll keep it brief. It is hot out there. Wow, what a fun afternoon it has been for all of us. My name is Julie McAuliffe, and I am the vice president of the NUMU board. And it is an honor to be a part of this wonderful community that celebrates the art, the history, and the many cultures here in Santa Clara County. Next year, NUMU will be celebrating their 60th anniversary and our 10-year anniversary of being in this wonderful space. So stay tuned. We plan to celebrate the milestone soon. I want to start off by thanking all of you for being here today and to celebrate ArtNow. Thank you to our speakers and to our performing artists. Your talents and your words are greatly appreciated. To the NUMU staff and to our teen council, your hard work does not go unnoticed, and all your hard work and planning has made this day possible. And also thank you to all our sponsors, especially Mike and Elise. Your generous donations will make this ArtNow continue to go on for years to come. And most importantly, I'd like to congratulate all the artists who are here today. Your accomplishments, your talents, and your gifts are truly amazing. Life is about transition, and thank you for sharing your transitions with us. Each one of you should be very proud. As they have said before, we had 810 applicants, so the competition was fierce, and you all stood out. ArtNow will be in our museum until June 30th, and we hope you all come back, bring family, bring your friends, possibly become a member, support the arts here in Los Gatos, and you are always welcome here at NUMU. So tonight the museum will stay open till 7 p.m., so please stay around. There will be shade inside, a little cooler. So enjoy the exhibit and all the festivities that are here today. As Kimberly said at the end, please all the award recipients, please come up stage so we can take a group picture. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you again for joining us as we celebrate the arts. Thank you.